Hi, my name's Barrie Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Volvo V70 D5, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Again, it's blowing a hooligan outside, so my camera wouldn't stand up. I can't show you around properly, but I'll try and remember everything it's got and go through it and cut video in. It's a 2.4 D5 SE Lux Geartronic 5dr. 2014 on a 14 plate. Has got a fantastic specification. It's done 41,900 miles, 3 registered owners, last serviced at 40,788 miles. Fuel economy, urban 33.2 miles per gallon, extra urban 57.6 miles per gallon, combined is 45.6 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 7.5 seconds, a top speed of 137 miles per hour, out of a 5-cylinder 215 brake horsepower 20 valve engine. Road tax 6 months is £115.50 and 12 months is £210. So we'll get the car started, foot on the brake, the Volvo key in the ignition there, and the stop start button. Car's got heated front screen, which is brilliant. It's also got heated seats, usual Volvo things. The blind spot indicator, which is fantastic. It does have lane departure warning there, which I've got switched off at the moment. When you cross a line without indicating, it makes a noise like the $6 million man throwing something. It's, to be honest, it's so annoying. It's unbelievably annoying. So I've got it switched off. So this has got lane departure warning. If you go towards the lines, there's nothing behind me, but, and also if you see there's a car coming up. It's also got blind spot warning, and there you go. Orange light comes on. Really safe car. It's got the collision warning at the front. This bit here lights up if it thinks you're too close or car in front of you is slowing down. It's got adaptive cruise control. It will keep you a certain distance from the car in front, and even brake if the car in front's braking. So if I set that to set to 70, you see the car in front is only probably doing 50. If I press these buttons, it's knocking me back from the car in front, giving me a bigger distance, and it will keep me at that distance. If that car brakes, this car will brake too. We've got multi-spoke alloy wheels, we've got roof bars. Along the side there's the plastic sill protectors. We've got power folding door mirrors. There we go. Electric memory seats. At the back, well sorry, on the back seat, another great Volvo. They really are good. The back seat in this Volvo has 2 inbuilt child booster cushions, and they don't look, you can't tell unless you lift them up, you can't tell them there. It's not like a stupid add-on extra from Halfords or anything. It's a proper thing, so you can put the seat down and you're just as comfy with the seat down before, and you don't have to take your booster cushion out of the back and put it in the boot. In the boot, it's got the dog guard, which again is fantastically engineered. It's got like 2 suspension rams on the side to let it down, whereas normally, you know, in other cars it'll just fall down and clang. And then the owner, or one of the owners of this, has had a proper dog cage built at the back, so they can't, you know, they see another dog. I see it all the time. Somebody's had a dog in the back, their dog's seen another dog going back, and it's like that on the back window, and then all your rear windscreen, the elements in your rear windscreen's ruined, or it's all scratched even. The claws must be made out of diamonds or something. But anyway, so that's, the car's like new, inside and out. It's a beautiful car. It really is a nice thing with lots of features. I'm just hoping I've remembered everything really. It's power open, power closed tailgate as well. I think we have reversing sensors. Yeah, we've got reversing sensors there. I've said it before, but I can't stress, if a salesman's life depended on selling a car in the weekend, or in the old days, between Thursday and Saturday, the Auto Trader used to come out on Thursday morning. If you were selling a Land Rover, Defender or anything, the phone would start going about 5 o'clock in the morning when the farmers got their copy. If you were selling a Volvo estate, the phone would start going about 6:30. People with Volvos, the proper people. I've never sold a car or bought a car off somebody with a Volvo that I've not liked. They must be like a questionnaire or something, or when you go in a Volvo showroom to buy it, they must see if you're fit to buy a Volvo, if you're a nice person. They're always family people. Never any cocky negotiators. Always nice. We got an email the other day off somebody who was looking at one of our Range Rovers, and he gave me what his part exchange was, and said, "I'll give you 4,000 if you're interested. 4,000 in my car if you're interested." Well, there's one sure way not to get a good deal, and that's to go in a showroom with your conditions, especially with me. Anyway, I emailed him back and said, well, you know, we'd want £6,995 if you're interested. And of course, I never heard anything from him. But you never get that with Volvo. People who buy Volvos say that they're always immaculately dressed. They're always couples. They're always nice couples and very, very pleasant. So, if you're thinking of buying this car, make sure you fit that criteria, otherwise we won't sell it to you. It's freezing out there, it's blowing a gale. I've been out there for about an hour, and my face is burning now. I was that cold in my hands. So let's see, drive. We've got 3-position memory seats. I'll take the seatbelt off first. I've not messed about with the memory seat in here. Position 3. Oh, that's a strange position. Short legs but tall. Taller than me. That's position 2. And you see the mirrors are changing at the same time. So let's just get this somewhere further away. Back up a little bit. And that's it. Memory, position 1. Or do we have to hold it? Right, so I held the button. I held both buttons and it's beeped on the dash. Height and reach adjustable multifunction steering wheel. As I say on there, by pressing my car on there, you get a menu. Activate reduce guard. Okay, deactivate reduce guard. Oh, so that must be locks and alarm, it says on there. So my car, we'll press it again, and then there you go, down to side mirror settings. If you go to side mirror settings, when you put it in reverse, like so, there you go, the mirrors are moving and pointing down at the curbs. You can set that from there, look, if and you can also knock it off. So we'll just go back. Actually, I need to exit that. We'll go back. Light settings, speed, location service, reset vehicle settings. Car key memory. That's probably when you get in with a key, it'll remember your seating position I would think. I'll just click that. Light settings, so we'll go back off that. Driver support system, okay. There you go, that's the lane departure warning. Road sign information, that shows up, tells you the speed of the road. ESC off, well, we don't want that. City safety, blind spot indicator, distance alert, driver alert. So we've got everything set here. I'll just put actually the nav on so you can see where we're going. Usual. This car park, lovely car park, lovely scenery, absolutely full. I usually pick them up. I've not done it today because it was too windy and freezing. But all these young people that we're saving the planet for by taking the enjoyment out of driving and buying an electric car. That's all the McDonald's cups, all the one-use plastic containers that they've just lobbed out the window. Oh, we've been sat there making out. That's do yourself a favour, go and buy a V8. Forget about stealing people's futures. There we go. Now, I'll just put these on. Should have done it before. As far as I know, they've not made it illegal yet to put your glasses on in a car. So the blind spot indicator warning's there. Volvo design, great. What happens is that if they put it in the mirror costs a fortune, and you're more likely to break a mirror than the little gusset in the corner of the window here. So that's a great idea. That just lights up orange when there's anybody behind you in your blind spot. The lines, let's say menu. No, I don't want to do that. I want to get out of there. So I want my car. Okay. Okay again. We'll put driver alert, collision warnings on, ESC, active bending headlights also. So it sounds like it headlights move around corners or point in the direction that you're turning. City saving, go to driver alert, click driver alert. There you've got your service and repair, click that. To service, 7 months or 6,971 miles. So anyway, that's it. It's your fuel gauge is on the left. Then you've got coolant temperature, outside temperature, which is showing 4 degrees at the moment, but feels a lot cooler, believe me. Speedo in the center, rev counter, which is kind of a bar type going up or indicating up, and then what gear you're in. If I click the end there, you can go, you get your information display there in the center, and I can move along like so, oil level, contrast mode, themes, messages, trip computer reset, service status, all stuff that you don't need. And I have a theory that car designers, when they've designed something, they should be made to test it blindfolded and with gloves on. And if they can't get it to operate, they should be taken around the back and shot. because all Volvos are pretty good, I've got to say. Other cars, not so much. You know, with looking forward here, I can go to, when we get around this corner, I'm going on about being distracted and messing about with switches going around the corner. So if I go here, I can feel the switch and know that if I press that, that's my heated seat, and if I press it again, it'll go down to 2, and if I press it again, it'll go down to 1 without looking. All good. It's simple cars are best. Only takes a second to look away, you know, and I know everybody will have no doubt done it when it wasn't illegal to use phones. You got your phone, you're looking at it, next minute somebody stopped in front. And it's, why would it just be your phone? It's everything. If you have to take your eyes off the road to work something, you know, and figure out your heater or where your fan is, then it's time that you're not paying attention. And I really am amazed that all that stuff hasn't been outlined, and we just go back to the old days where you've got a switch on and off, and you just go along the dash clicking them. So your cruise control is here. There you go. That's set the one-touch cruise control. It's adaptive. If there was a car in front of me, I could actually set the distance I want to be away from the car in front. By doing that makes it further away. The car in front brakes, the car will brake automatically and keep you a set distance away from the vehicle in front. Again, if you're not paying attention. And you know, I mean, stuff like that is really for your benefit. It's what I call a stupid driver system. The lane departure warning system. If you don't know you're moving out of the lane, then you shouldn't be in a car. So that shouldn't be invented. The adaptive cruise control that brakes distance, you know, if you're getting too close to the car in front, then there should be no need for that. The collision warning sensor in this car, I doubt whether we'll see it. Sometimes if you go around a corner and there's a bush there or a sign there, it'll give you a false alert. But there's a line of red lights light up in front of the windscreen, and it makes a, you know, like a sort of dive noise. All those are to protect the driver from making a stupid mistake. The blind spot indicator warning is to protect the driver from, again, making a stupid mistake, but an easier mistake than the other things. You do have blind spots. You know, if you could make A pillars, B pillars, C pillars and D pillars out of glass, then there wouldn't be any blind spots, but unfortunately that's not the case. So that's a great system, especially if you're on a motorbike. You want everybody to have that, because I can tell you now, I was overtaking a car. In fact, it might have been a Volvo Estate. I was overtaking a car with a massive caravan on a dual carriageway, just as he decided to pull out to turn right. It wasn't, you know, he wasn't pulling out because he was overtaking anything. And he was miles and miles away from the right turn. So he pulled out as I was overtaking, and on a bike it's not quite as easy to brake hard as it is in a car. You know, if you lose your front wheel, then you've had it. So the blind spot indicator warning system must have been invented after that guy with a Volvo pulled out on me, because I gave him some grief. The 5-cylinder engine as well, that's really good. It makes quite a distinctive noise all of its own. And this is obviously a diesel, and it still sounds good, but it feels good as well. Feels like a real thumper, it's like something like a single cylinder motorbike, thump 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 thump, but there's 5 of them. Bad description, but that's how it feels. This is the dash here. You'll see in the centre there that we'll just go past this pothole. You'll see in the centre there that's the adaptive cruise control, and it's set to maximum, and I can turn it down like so. You see there going up and down. We're just behind this cycle now that they're allowed to ride in the middle of the road, and Lancashire police tell us that we should leave at least 1.5 meters to overtake them. I can't see anything that's coming anyway. I can't overtake here. The blind bend, I couldn't tell what's coming, so now we'll give him a bit of room. Oh, by the way, just past 24 million views on our YouTube channel, so well, on one of the YouTube channels, actually got half a dozen. So all in all, well over 30 million views, and probably 20, are we on? I can't remember how many subscribers we've got now. It's more than I deserve anyway. So thanks for that. Thanks for watching. Remember to visit the website and the shop if you could. I keep getting sent loads of stuff to test, which will be which I'm really flattered about. Diagnostic machines. I've got some noise cancelling earphones to test in the back of the car. I've actually used them. They're brilliant as well, especially I was in a Defender, and it cuts out all the road noise, or a lot of the road noise, so you can listen to music in a Defender that's rattling away, and it's quite pleasant. And what else? A few other things. So anybody wants me to test anything and do a video, get this stuff sent to me. I enjoy it. I actually getting quite warm there. So there you go. That's set at 23 degrees. The passenger one, that's the offending one. That was full blast. Web browser. You know, honestly, a web browser in a car. Unbelievable. It's got Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. Good sound system. It's nice and quiet. I was just looking at the glass before, when I wound the glass down. Before I decided that I wasn't going to video outside because it was too windy, when I can remember, I check that the child locks aren't on. I forget quite a lot, and I wound the window down to check that's showing there's something in my blind spot. Must have been picking up those posts. That's brilliant. And again, lovely and smooth. You can also knock the gear selector over there like that. So that's in sport. Listen to that noise now. That's what I'm talking about there, the engine. Hang on, let me just knock it back. They do have a sound of their own. just using engine braking to come down the hill here, which it's a lot cheaper using your brakes than destroying your gearbox. What a great car. I must say we've got a real good selection of cars in. They are fantastic. Usually there's perhaps a couple, especially when it's all right when you buy the cars because you can choose what you buy. When they come in part exchange, you can't necessarily choose what you're going to buy, and so you end up with a couple of cars that you're not perhaps as fully behind as the ones you've bought. All our cars at the moment, they're all fantastic. It really is quite. John's very selective when he's buying them. Only gets good cars, and it's great to work in that environment as opposed to in a main dealer where they've got a buyer. The buyer goes out and goes to an auction, and some of these big car supermarkets, when they're at an auction, soon as their buyer walks in, the cars will go up 500 quid because he's just got to like feed the beast all the time and get those cars in, and they don't necessarily rely on selling the car and chassis profit just off the car like we do. We don't sell any add-ons. No super guard at 300 quid that costs you about 20 quid for a pack, and then you've got to apply it, of course, so there's a bit of labour, and no secret. We don't do any of that. We don't stripe anybody on finance. We don't sell gap insurance or protected payments, any of that sort of stuff. Warranties at inflated prices. We don't do that. These people at the big car supermarkets, they're all targeted on, the salesmen are targeted on, they've not just got to sell cars, they've got to sell all this other crap with it. So they can afford to buy a car and have no chassis profit in it, and they'll still end up making a fortune by the time they've introduced you to the finance and insurance man and convince you to leave your money in the building society because it does more good there, and take their finance. They don't need the car is just a way of getting you in to sell you other products. We don't do that. And the other thing is that anything that goes wrong on these cars, and they do go wrong these days, we can't do anything about it. They're not like the old days. They go wrong, and when they go wrong, they cost a lot of money. That anything that goes wrong comes out of our profit. We don't do it on a third party. We don't do warranty claims on spurious warranty claims. Send cars out with an extended warranty that we know there's something wrong with, and then when the customer notices, we claim on the warranty. That happens all over the place. And I remember one dealer, talking to one dealer, and he said, gosh, it was Vauxhall, SuperGuard warranties, I think it was. And he says that the SuperGuard warranty guy came round and he said to me, do you know your garage is second for claims? And he says, so I went straight into the workshop and I bollocked them. He says, next year I want to be number one for claims. And that's it. So we have to, these drives, 70-mile round trip that I do to video them, not just to photograph them, but to make sure that everything's all right and I can't find anything. Even things like the wipers, there, that's not squirting so good, I've got to say. It may just because there's no water in it. We'll have to check that when we go back. But that's what these test drives are for, to show you that A, we've got the car, B, I'm quite happy to come up into the middle of nowhere on a freezing cold day and not be frightened of it breaking down and getting frozen to death or stranded. To show you how well it drives, to show you how good it is on the outside and on the inside, and all the equipment it has. So hopefully I've done my job here. We're just about to the end of the drive here. Volvo estate, the estate car that all other estate cars are judged by. So it's very well equipped. It's got a sat nav in it, which is good. It'll get you there. Nothing too fancy. No silly iPads. Indicators. Your volume control here for your radio. All good. Nice front central armrest. There's a USB charger point in there and an aux in. Your cup holders. All good. All you need now, we're in a lay-by, 2 deck chairs in the back, you and your missus, Volvo estate, sit outside, enjoy yourself, enjoy your retirement perhaps. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.